Gardens.
Hi, I'm Linda. I'm the other group member. I'm a sophomore at Boston Land Academy, and my future career that I want to be is a marine biologist. And I found this job through my career specialist at my school. And when I first saw the email about it, the name really caught my attention because it was like branching out, and I thought about biology, and I really wanted to try some hands-on work and work outdoors. So I thought this would be a really meaningful experience and something new.
I'm Moises. I'm 18. I go to Madison Park Technical Vocational High School. My future career is to be a police officer. And the way I found out about this job is through my teacher from carpentry. And he told me that this job will like help me doing more hands-on tools and probably it helped me learn more and more about the environment I live in.
So branching out itself is an opportunity for youth from the age of 16 to 24 um, to explore the field of landscape stewardship, and we work in different national parks in the Boston area throughout the whole year, and we do some career exploring as well.
So to recap on our projects that we have, so for some of the basic overview of the field projects, we have Stewardship Saturdays, which is about one or twice a month. And then we have our project, which is the Common House project in particular. And we have the fencing project at Longbells House, gardening at Minuteman National Historic Park, and then winter schooling at the Adams House. And here are a few pictures of some of our projects that we did. Now we're going to go more in depth with the field projects.
So this project is the Commandant's House Garden. So the Commandant's House is located in the Navy Yard in Charleston, Boston. So the park wanted to design a new garden for the Commandant's House, and so after the design process, with this other ambassador, we had to research the plans that were proposed by the designer, and then we researched those plans to see if they fit the New England weather and if they will require a lot of maintenance. And so after those research, we met again with the designer, and then we talked about our research and the results and what we found. And so based on that, the designer made a final list of plans for the garden. And so after that, we then made a budget for the garden. We had to call a bunch of nurseries to get price estimate and to to decide what nursery we have to make or order from. And so this project is not completely done. They just remove all the plants and trees that were in the garden before. But in the summer, the Boston, the branch nut field team will finish the project by planting all the new plants and trees.
So one of our stewardship Saturdays that we did was Grape Island, and this is one of the special ones where we had to take a boat and then go from the Hingham Shipyard to the island itself. And on Grape Island, it was just an island like full of invasive species, and we worked with Andrew, who is a biological technician, and he helped us he gave a recap about what happened on the island and like about the environment and what we needed to do to get it to where like finish our goal. And on Grape Island, we pruned the woods and the sticks that we chopped it up to make it more easily decomposable, I guess. And then we used the wood chipper just to break down the pieces so that they would decompose faster. And then we have to empty out the spot by the summer because there will be a lot of activities going on the island. And then we work with other teams from the Live Blue from the aquarium and like a few volunteers. And we were able to section the work and got it done. And here were just a few pictures of the ambassadors doing the job.
So with this project, we went to Minuteman to help out Margie with her project, like to seed the grasses because there was like an incident that happened over there of a tornado, and then it damaged a lot of the trees and the grasses. That was like part of it, and so we helped her out, and we planted some new trees, and we see grasses. So.
So we also do a lot of professional development workshops. So throughout the year, we did some resume building workshop, some Cavalier workshop, an interview workshop, and we also study for the driver's permit. Um, um, so yeah. Um, so for the resume building workshop, um, we, we, we took our original resume and then we just work on them to make them better, to help us be ready to apply for other job after branching our ends. So we did the same for our cover letter, and for the interview workshop, we just kind of learn about how to do, what kind of stuff to do to get ready for an interview, what to do during the interview, what to do after an interview. These workshops were just to help us get ready in order to apply for the jobs at the end of the school year program.
And another activity that we did was team building activities, and this was mainly when we went on our hiking trip to New Hampshire along with the New York team. And one of it was hiking when we went on Mount Willard, which was a really long hike up, and we got to do some activities and get to know the New York team more, and we expanded on it. And we did a lot of icebreakers, and we got to meet new people, which was pretty fun. And then the scavenger hunt at Charlestown Navy Yard at the beginning, which introduced us to our new members since we didn't know them before this. And it was, we got to expand and we got to explore around the Charlestown Navy Yard as well as go to the Bunker Hill Monument, which was a new experience for me since I'd never been there. And then the winter hiking trip, it was a 2-night stay, and it was pretty different for most of us since we never really went that far, I guess. And then we traveled to other parks, which was also a new experience because some of these we never even heard of, and just to get off technology and to go into the parks made a really good experience. It was more hands-on, which I really liked about that. So. And now we're just going to go into our reflections.
So I've learned a lot from during the school year program. I've really enjoyed traveling to the different parks in the Boston area because it was one of my main goals um, to know more parks in the area that I can get to easily when I want to. Uh, so I was really happy that I got to explore these different parks and that I got the opportunity to work in those parks. Also gain new skills that I believe that will help me in my future career or whatever job that I choose to do next. But particularly for me, I'll be one of the field team leader for the summer field team, and I'm really excited about that because it'll give me the chance to continue on some of the projects that we started with the school year program. So I'm really looking forward to those. Yeah.
For my experience, it was one of the first programs that I have joined, and to be honest, it was one of my most amazing experiences to be part of branching out. I met a lot of wonderful people that I was able to talk with. And from this program, I learned a lot about myself. In particular, I learned about nature and like there's a lot of things that we didn't, like when I first came to this program, I didn't know a lot of things, but I learned that I was really shy at first and I didn't know about anything. And from this job, I learned more about my future career, like biology, and I learned about the National Park Service and its goal to keep the national parks more safe and for the future generations to have something to look back on. And I was really happy to be accepted to be part of this program. And the NPS and this program gave me a refreshing experience, and I'm proud to be part of a group of people serving to protect our Earth and the mission of the National Park Service.
My time being in Branching Out has taught me so much about maturity, respectfulness, and teamwork. All those things help me learn about not to give up, keep moving, and Branching Out, it has really taught me so much about how the city I live in, because I've never been to the Harbor Island. I never got to do hands-on work before. And basically, Branching Out is good for other people who want to learn more about the city they live in, or the National Park Service they have never been to and they want to go.
So that's the end of our presentation. So if you have any questions, then you can ask them in the comment section. Or speak.
Is anybody on the conference, the audio line?
Hi guys, this is Keith and Lorraine out in California. I want to just say thanks for putting this presentation together. It's really cool to see it. I didn't actually know what to expect, but when I found out it was going to be some Branching Out ambassadors doing a presentation, I thought it'd be really cool for me to learn a bit more. We have somebody out here right now from Branching Out, and yeah, so it's just, I really wish something like this was around when I was your age, because I'm sure I would have matured a lot quicker than I did. So I hope you guys got something out of it. And yeah, just keep fighting the good fight and protecting all the resources we have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great. So we had a question in the chat. It's from Charlie, and he's asking you guys, what part of the program was most relevant to each of your interests and goals?
Sure. I've said for me, no, I'm not. I don't think I want to work in the future in the field of landscape, but I still gain a lot of skills that will help me in my future career. I like to become a lawyer, and through Branching Out, I practice a lot of some of the skills that lawyers need, and for example, public speaking, organization skills, time management, being able to work in a team. All of those skills really, I think, help me in a lot of ways that I'll be able to apply those to my future career. And also, the through Branching Out that I got my job for the summer as also team leader. And so that's a leadership position that will also help me get ready for whatever I decide to do in the future.
For one of the reasons, I really like biology, so that's what I started this program. But what I didn't know at first was like biology was like there's a whole range that you have, there's different departments. And when I worked in this program, I was like, let me try what hands-on experience in like nature looks like. And to be honest, I didn't really like it that much. And it was kind of cool because I got to learn about national parks, and like before this, I didn't know that any of them existed at all, or some of them. But after that, I was able to like specify like my department, like marine biology. Yeah.
What was John's question?
So so Charlie's question was what part of the program, sorry, we had another question from Keith and Lorraine. So what part of the program was most relevant to each of your interests and goals?
My interest was like to learn more about the parks that I've never been to before. So we went to Warden. I never heard of that place existed before, so now I got to got the feel of it. And Minuteman, I never heard of that place before either. So it was like a good time for me to be there, but then the incident happened, which I was kind of sad. And my goal is to keep moving forward and learn more about work more on my hands.
So kind of like the hands-on work was kind of how your interest was paired with the program.
Yeah.
Good. Great. So we have another question from Lorraine Keith, and they're asking, what were your expectations of the program when you first signed up?
Well, my expectations was that, oh sorry, were you going to go?
No, it's okay.
My expectations was that there was going to be a lot of hands-on experience. Like, I knew what I was kind of getting into because at first I heard that we had to work in 2-degree weather, which kind of scared me a bit, but I was like, maybe this is what I wanted to do, and I wanted to try it for myself before deciding if this is what I really wanted to do. Did I answer the question?
So what were your expectations of the program when you first signed up?
Oh yeah, I already did.
Yeah.
Well, I think I was expecting most of the stuff that we did, like being outside working. I didn't expect that we'll spend the amount of time that we spent inside doing I don't know, some sort of office work or workshops. But at the end, I'm glad we did because I gained a lot from those workshops as well. But yeah, mostly I was expecting that we'll be working a lot outside. Yeah.
My expectations were, I thought we were just going to work outside the whole time and not be in the office, but then at least we have fun in the office too. We're doing the driver's permit test. But it was a good start for me. And then I thought I was going to be like the shy person, but I became
Loudest.
the what? I became a funny guy.
No.
Great. Well, these are some really great questions, and so Charlie's another one for you guys. What were the most and the least? So you're going to answer both, both what's the one most and the one least interesting parts of the program for each of you.
My most interesting part of the program was to go to Winnie and shit and go on a winter hiking trip. And I never done winter hiking before because I was always at the house or going out with friends. But it was really fun. There was a lot of trips, and the least favorite to working 2-degree weather, which I was
I think the most interesting part of the program for me will have to be working in places that I've never been to, like different parks that we have been working at, because it's always interesting to work somewhere you have never been to because you just explore that place and while working at the same time. So that was a very interesting part of the program for me. The least interesting part for me, that's a hard one. The least interesting part. Oh, I guess for me was just a scavenger hunt that we did at what is it called? Newgan Groves. We did a scavenger hunt that yeah, it wasn't very fun. But we did it at the same time last bike, so that was a cool experience. I was really interested to do that scavenger hunt, but it was still a cool experience. Yeah.
One of the most, my most favorite experience working at the program was working outdoors because I realized that we had access to all these parks and like most people never even knew about it. And like to work outdoors, which is something that I never done before, which was new and refreshing for me. And one of the least is probably working inside the office, like the workshops, because I felt like I was at school all over again. And I kind of knew like half of the stuff before I went in, but I still learned some new things, interesting, and I learned that I did a lot of my cover letters and resumes wrong. So that was pretty interesting, but some might be favorite.
Great, and does anybody else have any other questions or comments or anything they'd like to share with the ambassadors? Oh, so Charlie says, great, thanks, really well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we just want to thank everybody for joining us today, and we did, just to let everybody know, I didn't announce this at the beginning, but we did just record this, and we'll probably just share it on our blog. So anybody who didn't join us, feel free to share this with other folks too, the presentation, and we look forward to hopefully doing a similar presentation like this at the end of our next school year program. So.
Thank you very much for joining. The program was a really good experience for all of us, at least for me was. So yeah, we're happy to share with you all the stuff that we did during the school year program. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, come on, can you again?
You're welcome, Charlie. You can hear it.
No. That algorithm doesn't really work on me.
You remember the thing of the phone?